the machete. Oh. I feel like Marlon Perkins in Wild Kingdom. Ooh, that's got a nice feel to it. The hatchet. Today on In the Woodyard, we're going to test out 3 FISKARS products, all pretty similar in what they do, but different design. The first one is the 9-inch brush axe. Now I have one of these and I have had it and used it for 7-8 years. Love it, works fantastic. Highly recommend it. I really like this, but this is a brand new one. And we're going to compare it with 2 other chopping/cutting tools that they make. Here's the next one. This is the FISKARS hatchet is what they call it. And it comes in a clamshell and it's got a sheath and there it is. So similar but different. And then lastly but not least, we got the big boy. We got the machete, or machete, as some people like to say. It also has a sheath and it is in the clamshell. This one here is a little bigger than the other 2, so I think this is going to be fun. This might be the kind of thing that, even if you don't have a purpose for it, it'll be fun to have and use for something. But we're going to compare these 3 and find out which one works better, which one handles better, which one feels better, and just kind of play with them for a little bit. So let's do some chopping. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of their clamshells, which I hate these things. If it was up to me, they'd be outlawed. This is the way to properly show a tool. You can actually look at it and touch it. It's got a hanger upper thing here. It's got a little sheath for it. This, don't really like. But I'm going to use this to get this open. We're going to actually chop it out of here. That's the first test. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this tool. This is the little, I don't know what they call this. It's a little machete thing. I did a video on this the other day. Go check that out. There's 2 of them. This is the smaller one. The bigger one I gave away to a friend of mine. He liked it, was lusting after it, and I said, go ahead, it's all yours. So we're going to take this off. Like that. Look at that. I got it open. Okay. So then this little doodad here pops off. Like this. So this just pops off, and you can get at it. Look at how simple that was. Very nice. So there it is, full lifetime warranty with all the FISKARS products. And like I said, I've used this one a lot. I really like it. So now we're gonna use this to open this. So I'm just gonna give it a whack here. Maybe not. It's kind of tearing it a little bit here. Let's just see if I can go, oh, there we go, we got it. We got it. Do not try this at home, children. I am a highly skilled professional. You probably will end up cutting yourself, like I've done lots of times. We're getting it out of there. It doesn't want to come easy. I'm going to take the sheath out so I can get that out. There's the sheath. We'll set that over here. And then I'm going to see if I can work this thing out. Oh, it's coming out. We're getting it. Oops. Free yourself. Oh, I hate these things. Absolutely hate these things. Did I mention that I don't like them? There we go. I got it. I just happen to not have any scissors there. Ooh, that's got a nice feel to it. Got a little cutting thing here, a little chopping thing here. It's got a nice weight to it. I kind of like it already. Okay, we'll set that to the side. We're going to use this again to open up the machete. I'm just going to give it a whack over here. There we go. That should let me in. It says here it's for clearing brush, branches, palm, grass, that kind of stuff. I don't know, I'm going to feel like I'm on safari when I open it up. Because we're going to go over, I got some tall grass. We're going to whack on it and see if we can get it to budge a little. I'm going to open this up a little better here. We're going to stick this in here. Again, they probably want you to not be able to get these out, so you got to buy like 4 or 5 tools to get one open. Because that's kind of what the case is here. There we go, I got that opened up. That actually cut pretty good. There we go. Again, we got a sheath. It says FISKARS on it. The machete. Oh, pretty cool. I like it. It's not quite good enough to get both hands. You got the palm swell kind of reaches over, but it's not bad. If you could get just a little longer, I'd like that better. Because you want to be in here on the hilt so you're not cutting your hand up in here. And so it's kind of big for a hand. I don't have very big hands. I'm just an average sized guy in every way. So I don't know, feels pretty dang nice though. I like the weight of it. It is sharp. It's not like I could shave with it. No, I can't shave with it, but it's pretty sharp. Okay, we're gonna put this in the sheath and just see how it fits. There we go. Let's just see if I can do this without cutting myself. Ooh, it fits. It fits. It's a little tight, but that's better than being loose, because I think it will loosen up over time. Snap! Here we go, I got it. There, it's on. Okay, we're gonna unsnap it. Just wanted to see how it went into the sheath. Nice. And I think you'd want the sheath on this, because that's a lot of blade there. Okay, we're gonna put this over to the side. We're gonna check out the sheath on this bad boy, the hatchet, not the machete. Let's try this and just see how this is. Very similar to the one that I did the video on the other day. Similar kind of sheath, works a similar way. It's got a Velcro closure on top, and it's got the snap over the top. And get this in all the way. There it is. So nice, not too shabby. All right, we'll pop that out of there. Open that up, and there's one, there's two. There they are. The big boy, the brush axe, well, the machete. And that's got the FISKARS name engraved or right in there on the blade. The other two, oh, this one has it too. It says right there, FISKARS. But the brush axe, I do not see that anywhere on here. It's just got the sticker, which actually I like better for display purposes. But we're gonna take this sticker off right now. Then it's time to go do some whacking. It came off very easily. Nice. Nice, because sometimes you gotta work to get them off. I'm going to stick it on the back here. Not that it needs to be there. I'm just going to stick that on there. So this little FISKARS tool I did use the other day. I did a video. You're going to go check that out after you watch this. There's another version of this, slightly bigger. I like the bigger one better. And what I mean by bigger, it was very similar in size to this. So it was this, but this size. A little bit bigger, and I actually liked it better. It had a better feel to it. It cut better, a little more weight. This is very light. But if you're going in a situation where you don't want a lot of weight, this might be a good one. I'm going to keep this one in my truck just because in case I got to chop something a little bit, it'll work. This works really good for cutting grass, that serrated edge there. This axe, it's got a nice feel to it. And then, of course, the brush axe I have used a lot. Very nice weighted. It works great. I cut stuff all the way up to about almost 2 inches in one hit with this, if you hit it just right. And if you got a little bit of tension on it and you bend the stick over or the brush, I cut a lot of small brush, aspen, stuff like that with it, and it works really good. And the machete obviously is going to be even better because it's bigger, because bigger is generally better, and I think it's gonna do really well. So let's go in the woods and let's do some whacking. I'm back here. So we're going to pretend that I am on safari in Africa and we're chopping our way through the jungle. This is a low spot on my property here where there's some pampas grass and some cattails growing, as you can see. And we're going to clear this out. Now I have the machete and I have the brush axe. And I know the brush axe works for this purpose because I have used it to cut cattails in the past, but I don't know how good the machetes are going to work. But I'm assuming it's a little longer, a little heavier, it's going to work even better. So I am going to clear a path right to you guys right now. Here we go. So let's see how I can do this without hitting myself. Ooh, machete cuts. Oh, it takes it right off. I like it. All right, let's cut this. Oh yeah, we got cattail fuzz flying. I feel like Marlon Perkins in Wild Kingdom. Okay, this is fun. I like the machete quite a lot. So we're gonna go over this direction and we're gonna cut a new path and we're gonna use the brush axe this time. All right, so now I've got the brush axe, a 9-inch brush axe, little thicker area with cattails here, and we're gonna chop this down. Now, I know this works, but I just wanna show you guys how good this works. Right there, I just took off 3 cattails right in a row, just like that, no problem. And it is cutting it every single time. It's cutting them. Look at that. Let's do this one. Oh, cuts pretty good. All right, we got another area here. It's got some tall grass growing, this pampas grass, and I got the machete again because it's fun. That's why I have it. And I'm gonna show you, if I just cut all this, I'm gonna try to cut as much as I can in one swat here. Yeah, you gotta definitely take a couple whacks because it'll get bound up. You can only cut so far, but you took it all down. And even the stuff that's cut here, the stuff that's standing, if I want to cut it lower, no problem. You just trim it out, kind of like a scythe would do. Cuts it pretty dang good. All right, we're back with the brush axe. Now I'm going to come towards you and we're going to clear out this grass. Now if you hang on to it, you hold it and then cut, it works really good. I'll show you that as I get closer here. I'm just kind of pushing this stuff out of my way as I go. Yeah, it whacks it right off. Nice. Very nice. I'll show you a close-up how it cuts, how well this does. So right here you can see how it cuts through cleanly. Very nice. You can see how these tips are all cut off, and it does a great job. So the machete and the brush axe, both great. The machete's a little longer, a little more weight to it, so I think you can cut farther with it. So if I had to pick one, might be the machete. However, I know when it comes to trimming limbs and saplings, I think the brush axe is going to do better because it's a little thinner. So let's go try that. So about a week ago, I opened up this whole area going all the way back to that big tree you see back there. This is a trail that we had in here at one time and it grew over and I wanted to open it back up. I still have not pulled the brush away. I will probably pile all this brush up and in the winter I'll burn it more than likely. Or I might just make big brush piles for the rabbits because there's rabbits everywhere here, so they might like that. And I've got some more trees in here that need to be trimmed, some that are hanging over yet. And I'm going to trim some of the small stuff out from the side, so we're going to do that. I've also got some back over here I want to trim out a little bit too, so we're going to try all three of the tools this time. So the one I didn't use before was the hatchet, and the reason I didn't is I didn't think this was going to be really good for this pampas grass or the cattail. I knew that the machete and the brush axe would be good, but not this so much. But I do think that this hatchet will work really good on the brush. So we're going to compare all three. So this will be the first test of the hatchet versus the machete versus the brush axe. And we'll find out which one I think is the best overall. I already know which one is best for the grass. It's the machete. I forgot to say. I have like a rhyme. All right, let's get chopping. All right, so this is the first little tree section here. Now this is buckthorn, an invasive species that is nasty. Nobody likes it, everybody wants it gone, and it grows everywhere. It takes over a lot of places, and there's really not good use for it other than little berries that are around. A lot of birds eat it. So I guess it's good for that, but it does dominate lowland areas and edges of woods, things like that. Wherever birds roost, they take their little dumps, and wherever the seeds come out down below the trees, this stuff will grow. So nasty crap, that's what it is, nasty. So we're going to try these two. First we're going to do the machete because I do not know how that's going to work on this little brush. Then we're going to try the brush axe, and I know this will work. So we're going to try both of them right here. We'll do a few whacks on the tree. So this is a dead one right here, so no leaves, it's not green, so I know this is going to be hard to cut, but we're going to give it a whack here. Well, broke one, cut one of them off, and the other one is, now it's broke. There we go. The next three that are here are alive. So I should be able to hit them and break them off. Now, what I find works best when you take any cutting tool is if you put a little tension on it and you push it backwards like this, you get it to get a little stress. There we go, 3 hits. It is cut. So there's one down. That was the biggest one. Now we're going to use the brush axe, and I know that'll work because I've used it many times in the past. You can trim branches with these really nicely. Like this, you can cut stuff off. But we're going to bend this one. Oh, look at that. Walnut. Squirrel must have been here. Okay, we're going to bend this one this direction. And I want to get them separate so I can get a good swing on it, like this. There you go. Again, just a few hits and she's off. Off to the races. We'll push this one down. And I'm going to give this one more cut over here with the brush axe. See, 1 hit and it is off. Just like that. Now these obviously aren't nice to leave here,
because what will happen is I could trip and fall and get shish kebabbed. It's kind of like beaver cuttings along creeks. They'll cut them off this high and very dangerous. It's a good place to cut boots and things. So I'm going to chop these off now using the hatchet, but I'm going to go down even lower this time. So what I'm going to do is, again, put some tension on them, pushing out. Much thicker, definitely more hits, but I got it down low. It works. I wouldn't say it's great, but it works. Let's chop this one off down here. That just chopped right off. This dead one, chop that off. Now I got a bigger one here. Oh, but it's broke loose on the root. We'll try a different spot. That's not going to cut very good. It's just so bouncy. Let's go find a bigger one over here. Okay, so here we got a much bigger one. This one here is the size of my bicep. Not very big, that is. I don't know, 4, 5 inches, whatever. But we're going to try to chop it off with the hatchet here. And it's not going to work so good because there's no weight and tension on it. It's just sitting here and it'll bounce quite a bit because of that. But we're going to chop on it and see what it does. And again, this buckthorn is very dense, very hard wood. It's really good firewood, actually. It has a lot of BTUs. It doesn't grow very fast. And when you cut it down, it has kind of an orangish color on the inside like you see up here. So let's chop it away. Yeah, I can tell it's just cutting okay. I can't really get a good swing on it because I got this other tree here. I think an actual axe would be better. That's my opinion. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Let's get this thing out of here. That's in my way. I mean, it's working. In a pinch, it would work. Okay, I know what it does. Let's now try the machete. Okay, so I got the machete here, and this is also going to be hard because I can't get much of a swing here, but let's just see how it feels. Oh, I can feel it's cutting deeper, actually, than that hatchet did. But it's also longer, so I get more swing on it, and it's got more weight. So I'm going to cut over on this side here. Look at that. It is official. I don't really care for this so much. The machete is awesome. I like it a lot. So we're at the next spot where I want to trim out this brush here. We're going to use one of these to cut this tree and one to cut this tree. They're similar in size, so first we're going to start with the machete and we're going to cut this one off. I'm going to try to cut it fairly low this time. Try not to hit the camera here. Same spot. Oh yeah, look at that. Cut it off. No problemo. All right, so let's try the brush axe on this one now. This will be a little easier because I can get a little better swing on this one here. Yeah, makes a big difference. So again, they're similar size. I'll bring you in for a close-up. This was the machete, and what happens with the machete is it tends to kind of want to turn, whereas the brush axe just cuts straight. 2 hits on this one. I don't know, was it 4 or 5, something like that. But there you can see the end of it. It cut it pretty nicely. So not too shabby. All right, so I went back to pick up the hatchet back there because I left it back there. And I was walking towards, you can see all this stuff behind me and stuff between us here that has all been trimmed out. And there was stuff that's smaller than pinky size all the way up to forearm size or even bicep size. So some pretty good brush I trimmed out of here. And I have to say that the hatchet, we don't need. I like these. This is what I would pick. The machete is nice, but I think I would almost rather have this brush axe. It's a little shorter, so easier to stow away, number one. Number two, I would say that when it cuts, this machete, it tends to want to turn on you. When you get into the wood, it'll kind of turn and twist. whereas this just goes the same direction all the time. Now, this does have a coating on it. I know it's not Teflon, although it might be, but they can't say that because of marketing, whatever. But there is a coating on this that makes it slippery, whereas on this one, there is nothing. This cut nice, and I think the machete is better on grass, probably on like cattails, pampas grass, stuff that's not a tree or a shrub. And I think the brush axe is better for shrubs, small trees, saplings, things like that, and branches. But because it's a little longer, the machete, maybe you can reach a little bit more. Maybe you should just get both. That'd be my recommendation. That's all we got for today, folks. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. with another video. Right now, go watch all the other videos. If you like what you just saw, there's over 2,000 videos on my channel. There's a whole bunch of FISKARS products on there you should check out. Good night, everybody.